Hey everyone, welcome to a slightly different episode of Make It with Calvin. Today, I'm taking you guys with me on a trip to get components for my sister's Christmas project. In short, I am building her a stamp, and I've already rough turned the piece that I need on my lathe back at home. Sorry I didn't get any footage of that. I might show a little bit of me polishing it on there. But now I'm running to the hardware store to get a knob for a handle. I've also got to drop off a 3D Hubs order and grab myself some lunch. So enjoy this vlog-ish style, wow, you don't know how to drive, video. And yeah, enjoy the ride. So let's go to the hardware store. Alright, so I walked down the hill from the house, and sorry if the footage is a little shaky. My hands are absolutely numb right now, but I am just across the street in the hardware store, so this is exciting. So now I can go inside and get the knob and then run and grab some lunch. So I'll update you guys when I get. Well, obviously I'm not above ground. I am in the subway right now, and I am working my way on over to get lunch. I'll show you guys in a minute the stuff that I got at the hardware store, which is nothing too spectacular, but it'll all make more sense in a minute. So I'll show you once I get on. Alright, so the subway train was a bit more packed than I would have wanted, and I wasn't able to get a seat, but I'll show you guys the stuff when I get home. Currently, I am getting off the subway at Powell to go... Oh crap, did I get off on the wrong side of the street? I can't tell, we'll find out in a minute. I think I did. Ah, crap. So I can go get some lunch, so let's enjoy me not getting killed.
And neither will Christmas Eve.
Right. Oh yeah, the Heartbeat, the best food truck ever. All right, let's get some lunch. All right, well, let's see. I have so far accomplished going to the post office, which didn't get mentioned, going to the hardware store, which did get mentioned, getting the knob for the custom stamp project for my sister, grabbing lunch from like the best Korean food truck in all of SF, which is Bob Cho, which is in my backpack. Thanks again, guys, for the free drink. You guys are awesome because of that. And I am slowly working my way on home. So oh, subway entrance, yay. Slowly working my way on home so I can machine the text into the stampy part while I enjoy my lunch. More on that when I get home. Then I'm also going to need to solder, braze, whatever, the screw that holds the knob in place with my magic torch, but more on that when that comes up. So let's go home. I'm cold. It is freezing out here. It's probably like barely 50, and my hands get cold really fast. Okay, I'll update you guys when something exciting happens. Alright, so here I am down in the garage. Sorry if the lighting isn't the best, guys. I'm trying to pretty much just crank this video out before I take Grandma to dinner. It's about 2:30 right now. We gotta leave around 4, so I'm hoping to finish this before we go out. So after lunch, what I did is I came along and machined the text into the bottom of the stamp. Now this is pretty easy to do. All I did was I just drew the text in Fusion 360, mirrored it, and then subtracted it into the model. Then the other thing that I did is I came along with an engraving bit and I milled the text in there. It's not crazy deep, but I think it's deep enough that when it stamps in there, it should make something legible. In the very worst case scenario, I have a bit of thickness, so I could always chuck this back up in the lathe or stick it in the mill. mill this flat, and start over again. Not that I want to do that, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So now the next step is we're gonna take this big piece and we're gonna braze in a piece of threaded rod that will connect to this, which is the door knob thing, so that way it has a handle. So this right here obviously is the little threaded piece, so I'm just going to stick that into there with some flux, and then I'm probably going to come along with either some silver solder or some silicone bronze and just melt it in there just enough to hold it in there, and we should be good. So let me get my safety gear on. I don't think a synthetic jacket's a very smart idea when operating an oxyacetylene torch, and get that bad boy in there. And then what we can do is, hopefully I can find some wax. We can install this guy into there, warm up the stamp really quick, and just tap it into some wax and see what it does. And hey everyone, I'm finally back at my usual set location. Sorry if the angle's a little bit different. Earlier you saw me running to the hardware store, running to my favorite Korean food truck, Bobcha, which is great. Then you saw me run back home, play with my oxyacetylene torch a little bit, and attempt to braze on the screw to the brass body so that way I can screw the handle on. Well, in short, my first try using silver solder did not work. I didn't have things set up properly. I used a silver solder paste, which works great for sheet metal parts, but I just think I needed stick solder, whatever. I was able to get it done using the silicone bronze, also known as Everdoer. Kind of a slang term for it I've heard Mr. Tig use. He does a lot of welding videos and stuff, if you're not familiar with that. But I finally was able to get the part in there. Now the only drawback is, turns out silicone bronze loves to creep up stainless steel screw threads. It pretty much just acted like a wick and just sucked it right in there, which was a little bit of a bummer. So what I did when I was done is I took the puck, which is the lower part, sorry if it's a little blurry guys, this part, stuck it in my lathe and just turned down the excess on the screw. Then for the handle part, I just went in there with a large drill bit and clearance drilled it. Well, it also turns out for these doorknob pull things, the quality of the threads is pretty garbage, to be honest, and the metal's pretty soft, just a whole bunch of stuff. So I actually had a little bit of thread left inside the knob that I could use, so I just slathered a whole bunch of super glue inside there to pretty much permanently lock it in there. There is a little bit of thread holding it in place, but I decided to make it more permanent, hence a lot of glue inside. So to remove all the flux on the outside, before I took Grandma out to dinner, what I did is I dunked the part into some just regular 5% vinegar solution, let it sit for a good 3 hours or so, and then when I got home, scrubbed it down with a Scotch-Brite pad, which got most of it off. There was a little bit that didn't get hit by the acid, so I was able to just kind of pick that off. It kind of crept up there and did its thing. So then when I got done with that, I took some time with a Scotch-Brite pad, really scrubbed the surface down. Then I hit it with a chemical blackening agent. So instead of being shiny brass, it's more of this tarnished brass, which gives it definitely a really nice antique look. And the cool thing is, from where the heat from the brazing changed the color of the brass a little bit, it actually has this really cool multi-tone effect. I'll try and get a couple of photos of it to show you guys, but it turned out really awesome. So that pretty much concludes my really crappy video, I'm sorry guys, on building my sister's little Christmas present, you could call it wax stamp / antique looking paperweight. When I design things, I tend to make them somewhat utilitarian and do multiple things. So if you guys want to see an actual video where I go in depth into making one of these for myself, please let me know. I would seriously love to show you guys how I did it if you really want to see it. I also have to extend a huge thank you to Haas Automation for releasing their using your CNC machine to make Christmas presents video, which is literally the whole basis behind this whole crazy one-day project effectively. I mean, if it wasn't for that, I probably would still be like, what the heck can I get my sister? I mean, I had some ideas, but this is something that I think is really cool, and I think she's really going to enjoy. So I'm probably going to have another video about just other last minute Christmas stuff. I'm just kind of firing off videos right now just because I think, oh, this is cool. Aim the camera at it. Let's film it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know. If you don't, please politely tell me down below. I'm kind of experimenting with new video styles, being that the next year is going to be crazy busy for me. So I might not have time to make as nice of an in-depth video, but I'll definitely do my best for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you here next time on Make It with Calvin. And as for me, I'm going to go like run around and frantically pack and get loose ends put together. See you guys next time.